the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson!
So I have to be the beast, I have to be the savage.
At age 12, Mike Tyson had been arrested 40 times, but then he became the youngest champion ever at 20 years old. Tyson won titles and had everything he ever wanted, but had a darkness inside. A darkness that led into numerous troubles and caused him so much pain.
Something inside Tyson may have changed.
What was the impact of this dark side on his career? How did he overcome all the pain? Stay tuned and watch till the end to see how to overcome the dark side with the power of humility.
I don't know, I've been bullied all the time. It had a profound effect on me.
Michael Gerard Tyson is a former professional boxer from America who fought in the ring from 1985 to 2005. Tyson held the title of the World Heavyweight Champion from 1987 to 1990 and was the first heavyweight boxer to simultaneously hold the WBA, WBC, and IBF titles. He remains the only boxer in history to ever unify these titles. First, let's see how it all began. Before becoming a professional boxer, Tyson was just a kid in a Brooklyn neighborhood who survived by stealing and engaging in street fights. As expected, these activities got him into trouble and he was sent to juvenile detention. And this was where his life changed forever. The first person to ever believe in Tyson was his trainer, Cus D'Amato, whom he met while he was in the juvenile center. Cus adopted him, broke him down, and rebuilt him. What they had was a real father-son relationship. The famous trainer saw something in him that no one had ever seen. He taught Tyson how to fight. Under his guidance, young Tyson went on to win the national championship at 14 years. Cus brought discipline into his life. To become the best, Tyson had to sacrifice his social life as a teenager and for years pushed his body to extremes. Sadly, Cus never got to see him win his first belt as he died a year before Tyson could have the belt wrapped around his waist in 1986. The death of Cus left Tyson devastated. He became an addict and couldn't stay away from alcohol and drugs. When he finally retired from boxing in 2005, it worsened and he took to addiction full-time. His dark side took over and made it difficult for him to dictate any part of his life. He became even more erratic in his actions. Back in June 28th in 1997, one of the most bizarre moments in boxing history took place when Mike Tyson even bit off a portion of Evander Holyfield's ear in the third round of their much-anticipated rematch. Tyson was disqualified from the bout and temporarily lost his boxing license. His dark side was also reflected in the way he talked. When Tyson stepped into the ring, he said to himself, "I'm a god."
I'm a god. No one could beat me.
He had one singular mission, and that was to destroy everyone that crossed his path. He acted more and more like a monster with the sole intention to break the spirits of his opponents. He seemed totally out of control. Only years later did he admit that he was always scared to death when he entered the ring, and the only way he sought to get through it was to be even more frightening. He got into a ton of trouble and kept getting lawsuit after lawsuit. Most times, these lawsuits were filed by fans and random people that he attacked for seemingly benign offenses, such as asking for an autograph or wanting to take a picture with him. His short temper caught up with him, and he had to shell out millions of dollars in settlements to those he attacked. In fact, one of these settlements reached a whopping $8 million in total. There was absolutely no peace in his life. So how was he able to overcome this darkness? It took another painful incident to force Tyson to finally let go of his pain and gain some peace: the death of his 4-year-old daughter, Exodus, in 2009. The pain from this incident almost made him go mad. He brought the little girl to the hospital, and then when she died, he said he would have liked to go mad and to kill someone. But then he saw the people in the hospital, how people were devastated about her death too, and when he saw the other parents being afraid for the lives of their children, he knew he wasn't the only one. And that took all the wind from his sails. There was no one to blame, no point in hurting anyone. He was forced to feel all the pain and go through that feeling. Without any recipient for his rage, and with the absence of substances that could ever have been enough to numb his pain, he had to go through it alone. Although the correctional facility is seen as a rehabilitation center, Tyson calls it a debilitation center. In prison, the feeling that you may not get out alive is not uncommon. Prison leaves you with inner demons, and these demons don't go away once you step out. Fortunately though, Tyson had a good support system. With his loving wife and wonderful children, he was able to stay sober and learned to control his temper. I chose that I wasn't going to live that life anymore. Just like he wanted to be the best fighter, he now wanted to be the best father and husband that he could become. One of the best things that happened to him was realizing that life in general is an inside job. So the happiness that he craved wasn't going to come from any external force. He had to look within, otherwise it would be disastrous. He never wanted to be the guy that had it all on the outside and nothing inside. While on the course of becoming better and overcoming his dark side, Tyson noticed something very important which could ruin all of his efforts in an instant. This was what he called dangerous moments. These moments occurred when he was tempted to lose control again, and very often it seemed to be in his times of success. A good example of this was in the year 2013. Tyson had been sober for 5 solid years, but then began to slip and drink again in August. But why did this happen? He had just finished with the manuscript of his book, and his show was about to be broadcasted on HBO. And that's not all, as he also had a reality TV series that was going to be on Fox Sports. He wasn't new to being a success, but he was new to being a success in other areas besides boxing, which made him feel uncomfortable in his own skin, and he relapsed. But this time around, it was different. He was able to quickly get back to his senses. In the past, he would continue to get high until he ended up in a car accident or got arrested. But this time, he didn't wait for anyone to intervene. He recognized that relapse is a part of recovery and didn't beat himself up about it. As life went on, I found out that life is about losing. From being an egomaniac feeling too much pain, rage, and anger against the whole world, Tyson was on the course of humility, knowing full well that it's impossible to rule without first of all serving. As soon as you accept that you're not the only one suffering, you feel less alone. As soon as you open up and become more vulnerable, no matter how tough you acted before, you create space for the help and love from other people. And if you're brave enough to share your story, you may even inspire other people to do the same and help others to overcome their inner darkness. All you have to do is believe in yourself, and you can make up for the darkest moments. What do you think about the dark side of the soul? And what's the best way to overcome it? Tell us in the comment section down below, and thanks for watching.